Hello everyone! This time it's all for the kids. The prettiest little cookies made with just 4 ingredients. Simple, buttery and so much fun to make. So if you want to learn how to make them, then just keep watching. Starting with a clean dry bowl, we will take room temperature unsalted butter. You can take clarified butter or ghee if you like. To this we will add the icing sugar. Home ground powdered sugar would work as well, but I'd suggest you use the icing sugar as it contains cornstarch, which helps to retain the shape for the cookies while baking. Now what I'm doing here is the creaming of the butter and sugar. We do not want to overmix this. To this we will add the vanilla essence. It's optional, but it gives a great flavor. Mix it in just as well. This looks good. Now go ahead and add the flour. I'd suggest you add it in batches to ensure you get the right consistency. Be gentle while mixing. And eventually bring it all together with your fingertips. Notice here we are not using the palm of our hands, as that would cause the butter to melt, and you'll end up with a sticky dough. You'll know when it leaves the sides of the bowl clean, and it all comes together in one big ball of dough. This looks good. Set that aside and we will now take another clean dry bowl for the chocolate dough. Once again taking the same quantity room temperature butter, to which we will add the same quantity icing sugar as well. Now if you wish to double the recipe and divide the dough to make one half vanilla and the other chocolate, that's something you could do as well. However, this next step is what will explain the reason for me to do it separately. This is the coffee essence, and it's optional as well. To this we will add the cocoa powder. But we won't be adding the flour yet. And this is what makes the difference in the dough. The color of the chocolate dough intensifies when we add the cocoa powder into the butter before adding the flour. This looks perfect. And now go ahead and add the flour, only this time it'll be less as compared to what we added in the vanilla mixture. Mix it in gently as well. If at all you wish to use whole wheat flour for this recipe, I'll leave the ratio in the description box below. A quick tip here, because this is where a lot of people feel something's not quite right. If your dough ever feels too soft or sticky, don't worry. That's actually quite common. It usually just means that the butter is baked too warm. A quick fix is to let the dough rest in the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes, and it'll be much easier to handle. It's these small adjustments that really help you get better results every time. Now that you have your dough ready, bring in your tray lined with parchment paper. And it's now time to call in your little army of kids, because this is where it gets interesting. It's a simple activity, but something they'll really enjoy being a part of. Simply roll tiny dollops of dough, and it's best suited for tiny hands, so I'm sure they'll do a great job of it. Place them such as to form a pattern like flower petals. There's no right or wrong about how many such petals you'd like. I simply chose to make them with 5. And don't worry about making them perfect, just try to keep the size even so they bake nicely. Similarly, go ahead and repeat the same for the rest of the dough. Now once done, you can repeat the same with the chocolate dough as well. Recipes like these are honestly my favorite. Simple, calming and something you can just enjoy making at your own pace. And if you've ever struggled with getting your cookies right, you can also try the recipe that crossed 1 million views on my channel. It's been loved by so many of you. I'll share a glimpse of the creations of some of our viewers towards the end of the video. And if you haven't yet, you can click the link on the screen and watch it next. Once you're done with both the dough flour petals, take a tinier dollop to make the center for each flour cookie. These look so pretty already. Can't wait for them to bake. Finally, to give it that extra touch of effect, we will simply take a skewer to help make the indentations, just like I've shown here. I must say, this is so therapeutic. It's something I could do all day and not get bored of it. On the other hand, you may be thinking it's too lengthy a process, but it's something I'd prefer kids to enjoy as an activity, which would help calm them and build focus. And once they see the final cookies, they'll be so proud of what they've made. So do give it a try once at least, and let me know in the comments below. These are now ready to go into the oven with the bottom rod on, and just until they turn light golden. Perfectly baked little blossoms. And to think of it, they're edible too. I'd like to say that it's these little moments that make baking so special. Simple ingredients, but such a lovely result. And if you enjoy baking like this, I have shared more detailed recipes and guidance inside my ebook. The link is in the description box below. Time to see how they've turned out. Pretty little cookies with a perfect light golden color. And the tender crumbs make it a perfect bite for every satisfying mouthfeel. Which one is your favorite, vanilla or chocolate? You can write to me in the comments below. And finally, I'd like to share a glimpse of my recipe that crossed 1 million views and some of my wonderful viewers who have given it a try. Thank you for all your love and support, everyone. And if you'd like me to feature your creations here, write to me. I'd love to have it posted. Hope you get to try this recipe soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.